In today's reading, we see a scene full of mixed emotions. We see love versus betrayal. We see grace versus human freedom. We see a positive courage versus failure through betrayal of the one I promised to love. Even Jesus, knowing his hour was near and was to happen, and what was to happen, does not give in to abandon the humanity. We have many times we have looked on the betrayal part of Judas, which lacks personal choice of return due to excess despair. And we also look at the Peter's betrayal that identically to Judas does not end on remorse from the mercy of loving Jesus, and so Peter chooses repentance and reformation. It is a moving scene where Jesus at this point knows the mission has to be accomplished. The redemption of humanity has to happen. The mixture of the remorse in his words tells the weight of human fear, for he knew what was to happen, yet even unfolds it to his disciples. As we heard in the first reading, Jesus bears the old Israelites, the old nation of believers, only for one purpose, which was coined from his birth, even by his name, which means God saves. And so he was prepared for glorification. The glorification which ironically is through the cross, as Isaiah says, I am made glorious in the sight of the Lord. At the crucifixion, Jesus' act of love is rewarded by the Father through resurrection 3 days later. Let us imagine and reflect on the love of Jesus to us. Even knowing the pain, the betrayer, he chooses to go on. This reaffirms the word of prophet Isaiah. Like a lamb, he was led to a slaughter, and his obedience to the Father until the point of his death, as read in the Philippians. This is the ultimate humility and love. The act of dipping the morsel and sharing with Judas is a sign of love of Jesus to the sinner. He continually seeks the return of the lost, even at the point of the last choice. The love that is not measured by anything. And the statement, the Satan entered Judas, can be interpreted as a choice of Judas not return to Jesus, even after receiving the ultimate love. This is a representation of the deliberate refusal to reform and believe, yet Jesus is always given opportunity to return. It is a choice of personal condemnation. The refusal of grace in person, and so one chooses the path of Satan. But look at the love of Jesus. Jesus challenges us on how we deal with those who betray us. Jesus gives us a new format. Love conquers all. Jesus deliberately chooses to die, the reason he tells Judas to leave. This stresses what he told people. No one can take my life unless I choose to lay it down. He has also seen that Judas' malice cannot be revoked, so it is better that he accomplish his mission of betrayal. And as we come near to Easter Triduum, let us reflect on three things. What are the ways that I do betray the love of Jesus? Am I disposed to understand the immense love of Jesus to me as a believer? How do I treat those who betray me?